Solving literal equations is a solution strategy that allows us to isolate different variables in equations or formulas. So let's take a look at something like this. We have y plus 2 equals 3 times the quantity x minus 2 plus 2x. And we are asked to solve for y in this case. So I'm going to rewrite the statement. I'm just plugging in y, or just writing y in a different color so that it kind of makes it a little bit easier to remember what it is that we're searching for. And we're searching for a way to get y all by itself. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is distributive property. So we have 3 times x, which is 3x. 3 times a negative 2 is a negative 6. And I can bring down the positive 2x. And nothing's changed on the left-hand side, so I'll just bring everything down as is. Now I'm going to combine like terms. I have a 3x and a 2x on the same side of the equal sign. So that just gives me 3x plus 2x, or 5x. And I'll bring down the minus 6. Again, still haven't done anything with the left side of that equal sign. Now I'm going to move the constant terms to the right. So right here we have y, negative 2 plus 2 is 0, equals 5x minus 4. A negative 6 plus 2 is a negative 4. So we've been able to isolate y, or get y by itself. Now this might not look like a great solution. It doesn't say like y equals 7 or something nice and tidy like that. But what it does do is it allows us to get y by itself. So if we were working with something that we had to define the value of y, this is a lot easier to read than the original statement. So let's look at an example of solving a literal equation using a formula as our equation. So let's say that we have volume equals pi times the radius squared times height. So this is the volume of a circle, pi r squared being the area of a circle, and area times height gives you volume. And let's say that in this case we were asked to solve for h. So again, I'm just going to rewrite our statement, but I'm going to put the variable we're trying to solve or isolate in a different color just to kind of help us remember the goal. So notice in this particular example, we have v equals pi r squared times h. Basically, this pi r squared is the coefficient of the variable for which we're trying to solve. So all we need to do is divide both sides by that variable, by the coefficient, and get the variable alone. So on the left we have v divided by pi r squared equals h. So this particular literal equation was quite simple to solve. It looked like it was going to be tricky because the pi sign, the exponent, all those variables, but it ended up being basically a single step equation. We just needed to divide by the coefficient of the variable h.